Drones aren't just flying cameras anymore. They've become the new face of war. In Ukraine, tiny quadcopters have taken out tanks. In Gaza, they're rewriting urban combat. In Sudan, rebel groups now use drones to strike military bases with precision that once took million-dollar missiles. These machines, some no bigger than a backpack, are changing who holds power on the battlefield. And it's not just the military and militias. Even rogue actors can now launch deadly operations with gear they bought online. Some drones swarm like insects. Others can loiter for hours, watching and waiting. From hunting down targets to jamming communications, they're doing what once required entire teams of elite soldiers. Warfare is no longer about who has the biggest army. It's about who has the smartest drone. So how did we get here? And what does this mean for the wars of tomorrow? Let's find out. Battlefields are changing fast. In Ukraine, drones now account up to 80% of Russian and Ukrainian casualties. Not tanks nor artillery, but unmanned aerial vehicles in the sky. During early 2025, Ukrainian forces deployed over 2.2 million UAVs, aiming for 4.5 million by year's end. With hobby shop quadcopters retrofitted into lethal weapons, costing just $300 to $1,000, they've knocked out armored vehicles, supply lines, even aircraft on airstrips. Contrast that with old-school war, massive armored divisions, pilot training programs, months of logistics. Now, a backpack drone operator can scout, track, and strike from miles away, all with local production in small workshops. The human cost of traditional combat? Drones dramatically reduce it for one side. These remote systems have shifted who gets exposed and who doesn't. Why does this work so well? For one, cost and speed. Ukraine's inexpensive FPV drones are everywhere. Russian forces have adopted fiber optic drones to defeat jamming weapons. Ukrainian innovation provides 40% of its own drone needs domestically, with thousands launched daily along the 750-mile front line. Operationally, drones shrink the kill chain from spotting a target to launching a strike from 30 minutes to just 3 to 5 minutes, thanks to real-time video feeds and rapid decision loops. Persistent presence, stealth launch, and adaptability let operators run surveillance, jamming, strikes, and resupply shifts, all without ever stepping onto hostile ground. They've turned airspace into a contested domain where control comes from algorithms and optics more than boots. This rapid drone deployment has created new imbalances in asymmetric conflicts. Nations with drone manufacturing capacity, Ukraine, Iran, China, Turkey, can arm non-state actors and weaker militaries at scale. The 2025 Drone Wars UK report estimates over 943 civilians killed in just 50 drone strikes across Africa between 2021 and 2024, many by Bayraktar TB2 or Chinese Winglong 2 models sold widely. Several high-casualty incidents illustrate this. In Nigeria, a December 2023 drone strike hit civilians celebrating Maulid, killing at least 85 people. In Somalia, a Turkish Bayraktar TB2 strike killed 23, including 14 children. In Sudan, the Rapid Support Forces' January 2025 drone strike on a hospital in El Fashir took 70 lives. This ease of precision is turning increasingly lethal and less accountable. Low cost and minimal risk encourage more strikes with fewer safeguards. It's not only about military advantage, but also about who controls the threshold for violence. So far, we've seen how drones rewrite roles on the battlefield, speed up engagements, and skew power dynamics. But this is just the beginning. What happens when battlefield ethics, AI targeting, and civilian safeguards cannot keep up with the drone's armory. Subscribe and let me know below in the comments if you want to explore how regulation, AI policy, and new tech will shape warfare in the next decade. Now let's face the real question: who holds the moral line? The rise of drones in modern warfare has introduced a deep ethical void. Remote operators, often thousands of miles away, can eliminate targets with the press of a button, removing the emotional weight traditionally tied to combat. This distance blurs moral responsibility. When war becomes a screen-based task, what happens to human accountability? The U.S. drone program, once veiled in secrecy, now regularly conducts operations in Yemen, Somalia, and Pakistan. Yet, civilian casualties remain a grim reality. A 2023 New York Times report revealed that up to 1,500 civilians have died in drone strikes outside declared war zones since 2009. Many were labeled as collateral damage. Increasingly, AI systems assist in target selection, relying on metadata and visual cues. But even these smart systems fail. In 2021, a drone strike in Kabul killed 10 civilians, including 7 children, after AI flagged a wrong vehicle. The Pentagon called it a tragic mistake. Others called it murder. With fewer soldiers at risk, public scrutiny diminishes, and covert wars quietly escalate. A silent arms race is underway, not just to build drones, but to build autonomous ones that don't need humans at all. The US launched the Replicator initiative in 2024, aiming to deploy thousands of AI-powered drones by 2025 to counter China in the Indo-Pacific. These machines coordinate in swarms, navigate without GPS, and strike independently. China's WZ-8 drones fly at supersonic speeds, while the FH-97A uses AI to team with fighter jets and make mid-air decisions. Russia is boosting its Lancet drones with jamming resistance and larger warheads. Turkey's Kızıl Elma can take off from ships and engage in dogfights. These aren't science fiction, they're operational. Computer vision and deep learning now allow drones to identify people by gait, thermal pattern, or behavior. Surveillance and assassination are merging. The smarter the drone, the less humans are needed. The battlefield is being redesigned, from boots on the ground to algorithms in the sky. So here's the reality. Drones have quietly rewritten the rules of war. One group with the right signal jammers can now bring down a multi-million-dollar US drone. In 2025, that happened. The Houthis intercepted and crashed a 32 million MQ-9 Reaper using cheap spoofing tech. This is a glimpse into what comes next. Terrorist groups are now drone-equipped. Swarms are no longer science fiction. AI software can now identify targets, make real-time decisions, and even launch countermeasures without human input. And countries aren't the only ones developing this tech. Open-source warfare means code and blueprints are out there, spreading faster than any treaty can contain. The battlefield isn't a place anymore. It's everywhere, over cities, inside borders, across continents. It's digital, it's cheap, and it's evolving fast. So if the next war won't look like the last, are we even ready? Drop your thoughts below too. Do drone swarms scare you? Should autonomous weapons be banned? Or is it just the next step in warfare? We're diving deeper into it all right here. Welcome to the future of war.